There comes a moment in life when we all stand at a crossroads. We look at our dreams, our calling, and then we look at our reality. Fear whispers, "What if you fail?" Doubt shouts, "You're not ready." But I came to declare today, your future is not built on fear. It's built on faith. When you trust God with your future, you are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into destiny. What feels like a setback is often God's setup for something greater. The doors that closed were never meant to confine you. They were meant to direct you to something divine. What if I told you that the future you're worried about, the future that keeps you up at night, is already secure in God's hands? What if I told you that no matter how uncertain things seem, God has already gone before you? Today, I want to remind you, trust your future with God. He has a plan, a purpose, and a promise over your life, and He is faithful to fulfill it. So don't let fear hold you back. Don't let anxiety paralyze you. It's time to step out in faith and walk into the future God has designed just for you. Let's be honest. One of the hardest things to do in life is trust when we can't see what's ahead. We want control. We want certainty. We want to know how it all works out. But God says in Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Listen, you don't have to have it all figured out. Your job is to trust. His job is to lead. Your job is to believe. His job is to make the impossible possible. If you're holding on to fear today, I want you to let go and place your future in the hands of the one who holds the universe. He has never failed, and He won't start with you. Let me take you to the story of Abraham. God told him to leave his home, his comfort, everything he knew, and go to a place he had never seen before. Can you imagine that? Walking into the unknown, trusting only in God's voice. But Abraham obeyed. And because he trusted God, he became the father of nations. Then there's Moses, called to lead a nation out of slavery, standing at the Red Sea, with an army behind him, no way forward in sight. But what did God do? He parted the waters, and He'll do the same for you. If you're standing at the edge of uncertainty, trust that God is about to make a way where there is no way. Jesus said, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." Some of you are carrying burdens God never asked you to carry. You're losing sleep over things He has already handled. If God provides for the birds, what makes you think He won't take care of you? Worry is a sign that we've stopped trusting. Lay it down and walk forward in faith. I know it's not easy to trust when life feels uncertain, but let me tell you something. God's plan for you is greater than you can imagine. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." That means whatever you're believing for, whatever dream God placed in your heart, it's small compared to what He's actually planning. So stop doubting. Stop worrying. Start believing. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." That is your promise. You are not alone in your journey. You are not walking blindly. God is holding you, guiding you, and making a way. Noah built an ark before there was ever a drop of rain. Imagine that. People laughed, mocked, and questioned him. But Noah wasn't building based on what he could see. He was building based on what God said. Some of you are waiting for confirmation when God has already given you a command. Move forward. Build anyway. Don't let the absence of visible proof make you doubt the presence of God's promise. When God gives you a vision, Don't expect everyone to understand it. Nehemiah had a mission to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, but he faced opposition. Some mocked him, some tried to distract him, but Nehemiah kept building. When God calls you, distractions will come, critics will come. But don't abandon your assignment just because people don't see what God showed you. Stay focused, keep building. Your future is too important to be shaken by doubters. Your future is secure in the hands of God. Don't fear the unknown. Don't shrink back because you don't have all the answers. God is already in your tomorrow. He is already making a way, already opening doors, already aligning the right people, the right places, and the right timing. Trust Him. Walk forward in faith. Your future is not left to chance. It is secured by the hands of a loving, powerful, and unstoppable God. Your future is not tied to your past mistakes, failures, or disappointments. God's plan for your life is bigger than any wrong turn you've made. Some of you are living in regret, thinking you've wasted too much time. But let me remind you, God is the master of restoration. What took others 10 years, God can do in 1. The time you think you lost, God can redeem in ways you never imagined. He is not limited by your past. He is orchestrating something greater for your future. If you could see what God is preparing for your future, you wouldn't waste another second worrying about what's missing right now. Your current season is not a mistake. It's preparation. Think about Elijah. He had to sit by a brook depending on ravens for food. It seemed like a dry season, but God was using it to prepare him for something greater. Some of you are in a season that feels dry, stagnant, or even unfair, but don't despise the process. God is setting you up for overflow. You will never step into your future by playing it safe. Faith requires movement. Caleb and Joshua saw the promised land and declared, "We can take it," while others were afraid of the giants. The future God has for you requires boldness. It requires you to see past the obstacles and believe in the promise. Don't let fear of failure keep you stuck where you are. God is not calling you to comfort. He's calling you to conquest. Some of you are afraid to dream big because you don't know how it will happen. But hear me, God is not asking you to figure it out. He's asking you to trust Him. The widow in Zarephath thought she had nothing left, just a little oil and flour, but God multiplied what she had. What you see as not enough in your hands is more than enough in God's hands. Stop worrying about the details. God already has the connections, the resources, and the open doors waiting for you. Your future is not uncertain when it's placed in God's hands. He has already gone before you. He has already written your story, and it ends in victory. Don't let temporary trials make you forget the eternal promise. Just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked through the fire and came out without a single burn, you will come through this season stronger, wiser, and more prepared for your purpose. God is not finished with you. Your best days are ahead, and the future He has for you is greater than anything you could ever imagine. Okay, you're probably wondering, how do I trust God with my future? Let me give you 3 keys. 1, pray without ceasing. Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Your future belongs to the one who created you, so talk to Him about it. 2, declare God's promises over your life. Stop speaking fear and start declaring faith. Say, "God is for me, not against me. My steps are ordered by the Lord. No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Speak life over your future. 3, take a step of faith. Faith isn't just believing, it's acting. Peter didn't walk on water by staying in the boat. He had to step out. If God has put something on your heart, don't just sit and wait. Move forward in faith. God is not just the God of your past. He is the God of your future. He has already written the next chapter of your story, and it is good. So today, I challenge you. Trust Him like never before. Surrender your worries. Let go of fear. Step boldly into the future He has for you. If this message has blessed you, let me know in the comments. Share this with someone who needs encouragement today. And don't forget to subscribe for more faith-filled messages to keep you strong in the Lord. I love you, and more importantly, God loves you.